The island. Eastward lies the island, in a bay of raw sapphire streaked with shoals. The tide rolls, beating itself to pieces in the jaws of broken-fanged reefs as white as bone. Spray splinters on stone of the sharply rising, waterless, soilless highland. Such is the island. The question of where we are, which is a version of Northrop Frye's question, or riddle as he called it, of where is here, is a very difficult question. And I don't know where we are, but I think one way of finding out where we are is to read the works of writers who have grappled with that question.
Audrey Alexandra Brown was a 20th century Vancouver Island-based Canadian author. She won the Lawrence Pierce Medal in 1944 and the Order of Canada in 1967, but her work has since fallen into obscurity and been largely overlooked in both popular and academic contexts. The Audrey Alexandra Brown Funds held at the University of Victoria's special collections include newspaper clippings, manuscripts, photographs, and awards, which provide valuable insight into Brown's publishing history and biography.
The archive at UVic is remarkable, and it needs considerable work to, in fact, bring out this history that has hitherto been almost lost.
In digitizing Brown's archival material, I hope to complicate historical accounts of Brown's contributions to Canadian literature. My online exhibit highlights Brown's position in a network of cultural, social, and political factors that influenced the way her work was represented from the 1940s to the 1970s, and makes these important archival materials available to a wider audience.
When things are digitized and made available online effectively, then more than just the people that walk through the doors of the physical building can have access.
And the website adds the value, gives the meaning, projects what is in the collection, makes it meaningful to other people.
If we don't do this kind of recovery work, we're simply not going to understand our own particular history, the history of the West Coast. It's writers like her that in fact will tell us more than the larger sweeps of history can tell us a great deal, but if you look at the personal and the particular and the regional, that can tell you even more perhaps about who we are and where we've come from and where we still are.
Women's voices have largely been overlooked historically. I think it's important to try to recover local voices because it is through understanding the strategies women use to speak in their particular context that will allow us to better understand women's roles in Canadian literary history.